Second Kings, and the story that we started to read about, where Elisha sent Naaman. Sent Naaman down to Jordan to dip in 7 times in the Jordan River, and his leprosy would be gone. Of course, he had a struggle with ever getting down there and doing it, but when he finally got down there to do it, just guess what the Word of God works. Just like God said it would. And it does every time. Sometimes we struggle with, what God says or how God leads, but it works every time. The key to it is being patient and letting God work. And remember, the work's not yours, it's God's. The battle's not mine, said little David, it's the Lord. So remember, when you tell me you're striking out on a battle, remember who's fighting the battle. You can take it on yourself if that's what you decide to do, but you've got a rough road home most of the time. And I'm telling you, when you're fighting dead on against the devil, you got a real hard time ahead of you. So what you have to do is remember, listen, I'm going to give this battle to the Lord, and all I really need to do is surrender more to God, keep up with my Bible study and prayer, my commitment to Him, keep doing the things He called me to do. Don't slack up, don't let off the gas, just keep on going. God knows what's going on, and you just continue on to fight the good fight of faith. And you say, well, I want it worked out right now. I know, but that may not be what God wants. God may be doing something on the other side of the battle that you don't even understand. And all He's needing you to do is stand. Just stand there and let me get through with this side of the battle. I'm working a plan. I'm working something out over here. So you need to be patient and trust God. You just need to be patient and trust God. I'm working something out. Because God said, I'll never leave you or forsake you. I'm not just going to leave you hanging. I'm not going to have one of my children be attacked or go through a battle or something like that and me play hands off. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to watch the thing, and I'm going to watch over the thing, and I'm going to watch over you. You're my child. So remember, just because a battle has arisen doesn't mean God left. He's still here. He hadn't gone anywhere. God hadn't moved. So we have to remember that. A lot of times we get so frustrated or so impatient with the way things is moving, we think God has moved. He hadn't moved. He's still as steadfast as He ever was, and He's still going to come through. He may not come through today. That doesn't mean anything. God doesn't have a clock. He doesn't have a watch like you do. Working every 12-hour period or anything like that. God's not like that. God's going to do it when it's the right time. When the timing is right, from God's perspective, you got to see it from a heaven's point of view. You have to see it from God's point of view, looking down on the thing. When you're right up in it like this right here, you can't see anything. You can't see the divine wisdom of God in what's going on. So we need to learn to wait a minute and not get so hasty in what we're doing and make sure that we're going to trust God. That's Naaman right to begin with. He said, I've got a better way. Better water. I'll be at the house. I'll be right close there. All the people of Syria will see me. I'll get me some glory out of it. Lord, you can have a little bit, but I'll get me some glory out of it. Won't have to get up there that nasty water. Don't start. What my point is this. Every one of us has battles. Almost daily. Almost daily. If not, they're about daily. Some small ones, some big ones. Get up in the morning realizing, well, today's a battle. There's a battle afoot. I don't know exactly what it is yet, but there's a battle coming. So there's no need in me acting so surprised when it comes. Or like, oh, God don't love me anymore. Oh, God's left me. No. Battles are going to come. Listen, we never really know what faith was. if we didn't have battles to overcome. We couldn't trust God. Why? Because we never seen Him work. We got to see God work before we can trust Him. So battles are going to arise. Stop for a minute and wait and look. Wait a minute. First off, did I do something wrong? Am I wrong here? Am I doing the right thing or wrong thing? So let me get that cleared up before I even bring anybody else into the situation. I'm going to clear up where I'm at. So let me see where I'm at now, and then we'll progress forward and move on and let God work the work for me, you know. And not saying that we're not to blame for no, we make mistakes just like anybody else does. But that's what happened here. And Naaman did get healed, by the way. He did get healed. He said he went and dipped himself 7 times in the Jordan according to the saying of the man of God, and his flesh came again like unto the flesh of a little child, and he was clean. So exactly what he wanted to happen when he left Syria happened, but it didn't happen his way. It didn't happen, none of it happened his way. None of it went like he thought it would, but it happened. See, so what I do is I pray, God, this is what I want. This is what I need. But listen to me, Lord. Listen to me. I'm not paying attention to the need. I'm not paying attention to the want, the material thing that I'm asking you to deliver. I'm not worried about the delivery. I'm worried about the deliverer. I get stuck on the deliverer. I know God will come through for me and do the best for me. So I'm not worried about the delivery, what comes. I'm worried about the one that is able to do exceedingly abundantly more than I'm able to ask or think. I'm worried about Him, so I'm focused on Him now. The battle has been transferred over into His corner, and He's got it. Now I'm going to focus on Him. And when I begin to focus on Him, He's very aware of what I've asked for. He's very aware of the request I've made. So now let's see what God does. Let's see what God does. Stand, we have chapter 5 and verse 15. This is the man of God who's been healed now. He's clean. Father, I need your help now. God, help me preach in a way that's relevant and helpful to things that are here. Father, you know the heart. God, you know what's needed. Deliver the message to me now, God. I can't preach unless you help me, God. I'm totally dependent on you. Lord, I'm just the messenger to bring the message, Father. You're the message sender. So God, help me now. Deliver it in a way that's glorifying to the name of Jesus. And we'll praise you for it in Christ's name. Amen. The Bible said, and he returned to the man of God, he and all his company, and came and stood before him, and said, Behold, now, I know that there is no God in all the earth but in Israel. Now, therefore, I pray thee, take a blessing of thy servant. He said, I know your God is the only God. That's it. Cleared that up for me. Take a blessing from thy servant. But he said, As the Lord liveth, before whom I stand, I will receive none. And he urged him to take it, but he refused. The Naaman come and said, Look, I brought all this silver and gold and raiment. I want to, I want to be a blessing to you. Will you take this of me? And Elisha refused. He said, I don't want anything. I don't want anything. Take it back with you. And the reason the man of God done this, he doesn't want Naaman to think he had anything in this. It was all God. Now, he didn't have to pay God off. He didn't buy the blessing. He wanted to make sure that Naaman left there knowing that totally God plus nothing. It was all God. But he said, As the Lord liveth, for whom I stand, I will receive none. And he urged him to take it, but he refused. And Naaman said, Shall there not then, I pray thee, listen, I love this. I don't know if you've ever caught this out of the story, but this just blesses my heart. And Naaman said, Shall not then, I pray thee, be given to thy servant 2 ewes, burdened of earth? For thy servant will henceforth offer neither burnt offering nor sacrifices unto other gods, but unto the Lord. He said, look, I want to dig up some dirt from around here. This is God's land. This is God's country. I want to take and load 2 mules down, and I want to carry some of this dirt back to Syria with me. So when I have do a burnt offering or whatever, I can do it on the Lord's land. And I don't want to serve no other false god. I want to take this dirt all the way back to Syria. I want to put it down, and that's where I'll do my sacrifice and my offering and all of that and build my altar on. I thought it was a blessing. So hey, listen, Naaman got it. I mean, he knows who God is now. He knows who God is now. In this thing, the Lord pardoned him. This also. In this thing, the Lord pardoned thy servant, that when my master goeth into the house of Rimmon to worship there, and he leans on my hand, and I bow myself in the house of Rimmon. When I bow down myself in the house of Rimmon, the Lord pardoned thy servant in this thing. He said, look, I got a master back in Syria. He serves this other weird god, and I'm going to be called into the house of his God, and he leans on me when he prays to that God, and when I bow down to that God, please pardon me. I'm not worshiping that God. I'm just doing what my master says back there. So please pardon me that I'm not worshiping that God. And he wanted to get that clear and out of the way. And he said unto him, go in peace. So he departed from him a little way. But now, here's the servant. Here's the servant now. Elisha has done turned down anything that the man offered him, the Naaman offered him. But listen to Gehazi. And Gehazi, the servant of Elisha, the man of God, said, behold, my master has spared Naaman, the Syrian, in not receiving at his hand that which he brought. But as the Lord liveth, I will run after him, and I will take somewhat of him. And Gehazi followed after Naaman, and when Naaman saw him running after him, he light down off from the chariot to meet him and said, is all well? And he said, all is well. My master, here comes a lie now. He said, all is well. My master has sent me, that's a lie, saying, behold, even now there become to me from Mount Ephraim 2 young men of the sons of the prophet. That's a lie. The sons of the prophet, give them, I pray thee, a talent of silver and 2 changes of raiment. And Naaman said, be content to take 2 talents. And he urged him, and he bound 2 talents of silver in bags with 2 changes of garment, and laid it upon 2 of his servants, and they bare them before him. And when he came to the tower, he took them from their hand, and bestowed them in the house, and he let the men go, and they departed. Didn't get in trouble. But he went in and stood before his master. And Elisha said unto him, whence comest thou, Gehazi? And he said, thy servant went not with him. And he said unto him, went not my heart with thee when the man turned again from his chariot to meet thee? Is it a time to receive money and to receive garments and olives and vineyards and sheep and oxen, men servants and maid servants? The leprosy therefore of Naaman shall cleave unto thee and unto thy seed forever. And he went out from the presence a leper, as white as snow. This is a clear picture of just total disobedience. Listen, the stage was set. The garments, the gold, the silver, it was there. Naaman was more than willing to give it to Elisha. In Gehazi's mind, he's working out a deal for himself there. And he sees nothing wrong with it. The man's going to give it to Elisha anyway. That's what he brought it for. There ain't no need making him cut it all the way back to Syria. I may just go ahead and take someone of it. But I'm going to have to lie to get it. So he ordered me right there. This is outside, way outside the will of God. The will of God has been spoken by the man of God. The man of God said, take the stuff, go back to Syria. I don't want you to. That's already cleared up. Now, Gehazi begins to formulate another plan. So often we pray, it amazes me. I've done it as many times as you have, so I'm as guilty as you are. We pray and we ask God for something. And we pray diligently for God to deliver us something, to give us something, or to change something, to bring something, whatever. We're making a request to God. We do it all the time. And God grants what we've asked for. He grants what we ask for. Then, in our minds, we begin to devise not the plan of God. We begin to devise our own plan on how we want this to work out. We see Gehazi, when they prayed for the man to be healed, and he was healed, and everything that Naaman come to do was accomplished. But when all that was done, see, Gehazi wanted to add something to it. All he was there for was to serve the man of God, do what he was asked to do, and God bless him. He decides, I can get a bigger blessing myself. I tell you what, I'll just transfer over to this other company after God has already set me up right where I asked him to. But I see a better way. I see a better way. No more than God had delivered to me what I asked for, is I immediately started to devise another plan. Never satisfied with what God gives us, never content with what we ask for. When God does bless us, we say, well, shoot, if he's going to bless that much, he might as well double it. He might as well double that thing for me. In no sense, he's going to send it anyway. It ain't going to be no trouble for him. It ain't going to cost him another horse. You see, so I'm going to go ahead and pile on a little bit. So now, maybe if Gehazi would have said, look, I'm going to go talk to the man of God. I really have a need in my life for a couple of talents of silver and some garments. I need to work some stuff out in my life because I'm behind or I'm in need. And possibly the man of God would have said, you know what? I'm going to do that. Go catch him and tell him I sent you. Well, he did. Go catch him and tell him Elisha sent him. But he had to lie to do that. Now I'm going to tell you right now, when you have to lie to get the plan of God that you devised worked out, when you got to tell a lie to get it done, it ain't God. It ain't God. You done messed up now. See, you done started adding to the plan. You done started adding to the blessing that God has already delivered to you, and now you want it some other way. You want it some other way. Well, be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you ask for, because you're liable to get it. You're liable to get it. You better think the thing's good. Because sometimes just that you're persistent, just that you're continuously calling on God, crying and begging to God and begging to God and begging to God, sometimes he'll just go ahead and give you what you don't need. Just to show you you don't need it. But go ahead and give it to you. Go ahead and give it to you. Jesus was not obligated to the woman that cried, just give me the crumb that falls from the table. He wasn't obligated to her. But because of her persistence and continuing to beg him, he gave in and said, okay, we'll do it. So, I want this lesson to get settled in your heart and in your chest here. So you can start looking at life, knowing there's a battle, knowing there's a plan of God, knowing that you can give the battle to the Lord, and He will see it through. He'll see it through. But once you've turned it over to Him, don't go get your gun and jump in the battle with Him. You gave the battle to Him. He didn't tell you to go get a gun and jump in the battle. He'll take care of it. Yeah, but I want to take care of by dark. Well, you might not get that. You may not get that. It may not be God's plan. Am I preaching to somebody in here? I hope I'm preaching to somebody in here, because I don't want to waste the breath. But if I ain't, I'll just tell you what, I can slide a mirror right up here, and I get a good preaching myself, because I guarantee I need it. Because a lot of times, I try to run ahead of God, and run out ahead of the will of God, and the will of God runs over me. Well, because the will of God is coming. And you can either go with it, or you can run out in front of it and they'll run over you and smash your plan. You know? So be very careful. And like I said, Gehazi should have known when he had to devise a lie to get what he wanted, God's out of it. God's out of it. He not only lied to do it, he brought in the good name of the man of God in with him. And then more people got involved in it than should have been. You know? So and that's what we have to be careful of. When we're in a battle, where's the casualties going to be at? Who's going to get hurt? Who's going to get hit? You know? Before I start running off at the mouth where I can't stop it, let me hold up and think about this thing and pray about this thing and see who else is going to get hit or hurt. Who else could get hit or hurt? Oh no, I don't want to hurt it. Someone over here, someone over there, someone that's perfectly innocent of anything, and yet I jumped back in the battle that I gave the Lord. The Lord could have orchestrated that thing to where it had the least amount of sex, the least amount of negative stuff out of it. The Lord can work it out. He can move people around like a chess table, like pawns on the chess table, and He can move things around in a way that those that are innocent won't be attacked, won't be hurt, won't be, broken up and drawn into something else that they didn't ask for. So be very careful what you do. Be very careful how you handle your battles. Your battles. I think the key to doing that is this. When the battle starts, remember who you are. Remember who God is. And then start from there. Stop. Don't say anything to anybody. Don't say anything to anybody. Don't say anything to anybody. Keep it as long as you can just between you and the Lord. You and the Lord. If you can, if that's possible. I know sometimes it's not possible. But if that's possible, keep the battle between you and the Lord. Fewer casualties. Less drama. Less crazy. And less damage done. We, as parts of Vision Baptist Church, having a family of God, put here by God, placed, knitted together by God, we all have to be careful of everything we do. Everything. I have to make sure the way I'm responding doesn't affect Angie. Doesn't creep into her life or Anne's life. I have to be very careful in handling something. And I have found out that time does heal a lot of things. Because I want you to remember, God does not work on your clock. God does not work and saying, well, it's almost sundown here at the house. I thought sure you'd do something by dark. Ain't nothing done by dark. I'm going to have to take the thing back and do it myself. And boy, howdy, here we go. There goes your plan, and there goes God's plan. And now you're in disobedience. Now you got to fight the thing by yourself. You've done pushed God out of it. And you've done taken the devil on, or whatever the enemy is. You've done told God, I'll take it on myself. I'll handle this, Lord. You just back up. Watch my stuff. I'll handle this myself. And boy, howdy, have I got myself in trouble. More times I've been so hard-headed. And then on the way back, I think I take and hide the garments and the silver in the towels. And then he runs back down to the man of God. The man of God already knows what's happening. He knows where he got in. And exactly what he done. And Haggai comes in and he said, where you been? He said, I don't know anywhere. Right to start, we had to lie to the man of God. Right to start with, there goes, the whole thing's falling apart on you. Everything that he's made up and all the benefit he thought he was going to get from the silver and the change of the garment, that's gone. So he has to lie. I ain't going nowhere. And the man of God said, wait a minute. My heart says that you went and took something of that man, of Naaman, and brought it back. And Gehazi says they're guilty. He can't say that. He can't defend himself. So, in that battle, listen to me, if it's a battle that God needs your assistance in, be assured of this. He doesn't need you to lie or go against anything he is as God. He needs you to act just like God would. If he needs you at all, which most of the time he doesn't need you at all. You need to really go pick butter beans and leave the thing alone. And get out of the thing and let God tend to it. But if he determines to use you in it in some way, remember, don't start lying. Don't start lying because you have lost the battle. You have lost the battle. And the damage that was going to be done is coming. It's coming, and it's probably going to be bigger than you thought. And it's probably going to cost more than you ever imagined. And here it goes. So, I just want to remind you that in the final outcome of this story, Gehazi wound up walking out white as snow. And all his family, for generation after generation after generation, going back. And he had no remedy. The damage was done. And so I'll just undo it. No. The man of God said forever. Generation after generation. Oh, it couldn't be something, this little thing right here couldn't lead into the next generation. It's a little, watch what you say. Watch what you do. It can move into the next generation. It can have generational consequences in it. So be very careful. And God does not guard against those things happening. See, if you think it is, you would think God would say, oh, wait a minute, let's don't have, Gehazi with leprosy. God could step in and say, no, we're not. He's not going to do it. He's not going to defend lie to lie to lie to lie to lie. And the misuse made of the situation. He's not going to fix it now. It's not time to go back to God and say, God, I want you now to fix all that. Remember that, Lord, that I told you to start with and I gave to you? Yeah, he said, yeah, remember you took it back? I remember that very well. Well, you created this. You caused this. And I'm not going to undo it. That's just the way it is. Now you're going to have to accept life a different way. A different way. And there is life-changing battles all the time in our lives. One I see probably most often is parents and children just throwing down the gauntlet and say, that's it. That's it. You ain't my kid no more. Get out of here. Don't ever come back. And man, at the damage that is done in situations like that right there. I know they get unruly. I know they do things that, oh my God, have mercy. But they steal yours. They steal yours. And when you start breaking relationships with blood people, you are causing a big problem. You say, well, it's just a little thing. It's just, I'm going to have her come over here no more. Yeah, but it don't end there. It goes on and on and on and on. And it affects so many people that you don't realize. And you will realize it. It'll come back to you. And you'll see all the damage you've done eventually. But at the get-go, you don't see none of that. You just see self-satisfaction. I got my way. But my way, a lot of times, hurt way more people than what should have had to have been hurt. You know, and we, I mean, I know women do it too, but we as men, most of the time, are the ones that's real quick on the draw when it comes to breaking relationships. You know? And you go in and tell the mama, so, well, I just told our son he couldn't come back here. And she looks at me like, oh, you lost your mind. You know what I'm saying? We do that a lot of times. We think it's a draw. I mean, we'll cut it off just like that. Women are not like that, but they do it all the time too. I'm just saying they're a lot of times more sympathetic than we are. But like I said, you go in and tell a mama, your daughter can't come over here anymore. You lost your mind. It's like people newlyweds, that guy, he don't like the girl's daddy, or he don't like the girl's mama, or he don't like the girl's brother, but he can't come over here anymore to our house. That's my brother. Well, I don't care. He done something that I'm not going to allow him back. You're losing. You started losing that day. And you're making a big mess. That don't have to be. Do not ask me to break with my family for any reason. Do not force me or tell me Mama can't come over here. Don't do that. Because you're destroying our relationship between us. Because you're asking me to give up things I can't give up. And a lot of times it happens in families. I see it all the time. And I see a line, a string of just miserable people. And it's the first story they tell you about themselves when you get in a conversation with them. First thing is on their heart. It never leaves their mind. Well, Brother Jimmy, they all a bunch of heathens. I can't have anything that's good. I know they're a bunch of heathens. Remember when you was a heathen? That ain't been that long ago. I bet you can remember it. But regardless of that, I ain't saying you go and take part in their sin, but don't you start cutting bloodlines off and saying, and making ultimatums and kicking people out and all that, because it's a dangerous thing to do. And that's just an example of what I'm talking about. When you've asked God for help, God has delivered the help, or God is going to deliver the help. You say, well, he's not going to do it. How do you know? Where's that breaking point? That, like, just for example, I'm going to try to close. Just for example, in a restaurant. If that, you go in, table for two, go sit down, you're expecting a reasonable amount of time, somebody's going to come by and check on you. Where's that breaking point of saying, you know what? That's it. I'm gone. I ain't waiting no more. That's the way we get with God. We set an appointment. He meets us the appointment. We make the request. He goes to prepare it. He said, I'll be back. I'll take care of this. You give it to me. I'll take care of it now. And then we go and sit at the table, and if he don't show up in 30 minutes, that's it. That's it. Throw the fork down, throw the napkin across the room, and stomp out. And God said, where are you going? I've had enough. I'm not waiting any longer, God. I think you should have fixed it already. And I'm throwing my fork and spoon down, my napkin on the floor, and I'm out the door. And God just looks and says, bye. You'll be back. You'll be back. And, you know what, we wound up back. But most of the time we wound up back broken. Broken hearted. Wishing to goodness we had left it alone. And let God have it. So I close you back. Remember, life tomorrow is battle. There's a battle tomorrow. I don't know. It may just be a battle in your mind. Of the decisions you've already made, messes you've already made, things you wish you could undo. What the battle may be. And it may just be a fresh, brand new battle that you never even imagined you'd find yourself in. I have found myself in battles that I would have never dreamed in the world that I'd ever find myself in. Yeah? You ever done that? You ever look and go like, my God, how did I get in this? I have found myself in, I'm talking about knockdown drag-outs that I had no idea I'd ever wound up in, and here I am. You know, so when you give, and I say this, give all your battles to the Lord. I'm going to say give all of them to the Lord. What are you battling today? Give that thing to God. And let Him do it. And you just become faithful. And you become trustworthy. And you become committed. And you fulfill the call that God put on your life. Remember when God asked you to do something way back yonder? And you said yes and ain't done it yet? That's where things started going wrong at. When you lied to God. And you made a vow to God that you were going to take that and go that way with it. And didn't get a half a mile down the road and change your mind. Go back there, start right there, and start unwinding that thing. You got a bird's nest, you know how that open thing's real, and I can make a bird's nest that big round out of an open thing's real. Just like that. Somebody's got to sort that mess out. Get it back on the spool. Right? Don't bird nest your whole life because you became impatient. When you say, I trust you, Lord, I still trust you, then do it and walk away from the thing and let God have it. God will get in touch with you if He needs you. If He needs you to know something or He needs you to do, He'll get in touch with you. He knows your number. He'll get back in touch with you. He'll show you exactly what to do. Don't go running all packed top into the battle and you don't even know who the enemy is. Let's pray. Father, as we close, we thank you, God, for your precious word. We thank you, God, for the example set in your word, God, that we can take and learn from you, God. I ask you to help me, Lord, learn from the message that I just preached. Now, God, I'm probably the worst in the room about this, God, that I just don't wait. I don't have the patience that I should. Lord, I pray for patience. And I know the old wives' tale that said don't pray for patience. But God, I have to have them or I can't do the work that you call me to do. So, and I know it may cost me tribulation. I have tribulation anyway. So God, I need patience in dealing with folks and dealing with battles in my life. Lord, and I know all those in this room, God, would ask the same thing of you, Lord. God, to grant us more patience. God, grant us more faith that we trust you. And you said without faith it's impossible to please you. Lord, let us please you. God, let us use the faith that you've given us, God, to become warriors for you. And we'll praise you, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.